Hello everyone, I'm Jess, a Product and Growth Manager at VC Innovations, and thank you for joining me for the FTT Chats. I'm here with Richard Wainwright, who is the CEO of Mutual Vision. How are you doing today then, Richard?
Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good. It's great to have you here. So why don't we start off with an overview of Mutual Vision and your role?
Yeah, sure. Well, Mutual Vision are a pretty well-established, long-established provider of digital platform solutions for the banking sector, but we focus specifically on the building society sector. But we also provide solutions to specialist banks, community banks, and credit unions as well. So the thing that makes Mutual Vision quite unique in the sector, though, is that we're customer community owned. So 6 of our 27 customers actually own a portion of the business. But what that means is that we very much work on behalf of the customers that we serve. And it also means that we've actually got a similar operating structure to the building societies themselves. So obviously, building societies came about by the customers pooling their savings to be able to buy and build houses, and we're effectively doing the same thing for building societies in terms of pooling their individual investments to enable them to digitize their businesses. I'm CEO of the business, been with the business about 2.5 years now. I previously worked at Boeing as CIO, but also running an information services business where I provided solutions to the defence and security sector, which were always based on digital platforms. And what really attracted me to Mutual Vision was the fact that it is mutually owned, if you like, because I think that's the perfect platform from which to provide digital platforms into a sector, because the motivations of the owners of the business are 100% aligned with the motivations of the customer, because they're one and the same people in effect.
Definitely. And because you work so closely with building societies and have a similar structure yourself, what would you say are some of the key challenges that building societies are facing at the moment?
It's really taken off in terms of the need for digitization. So, especially since the pandemic, it's been able to provide digitization, to provide digital solutions to the consumers themselves, to the members and the customers of building societies. But also, the pandemic also affected the building societies themselves in terms of, like many businesses, had to have people working from home, and that really highlighted the need to automate their processes more effectively. And so there's been a great deal of focus by building societies to automate their internal processes and provide those digital capabilities to the customers. So that's really what's driving things at the moment. And I suppose a third aspect of that is that it really brought to the fore for building societies the need to have a digital partner that can provide capability to them going forward to realize their digital ambitions. And so there's been an increase in the number of organizations that have been looking to replace their legacy systems, which perhaps may not provide that integration capability, where they want to use fintech solutions from the sector. So there's a big move really of building societies wanting to replace their core banking systems as well.
Yeah, and you mentioned previously that mutual aspect and the importance of the human touch with building societies. So, how does Mutual Vision Solutions enable building societies to retain that human touch whilst also taking advantage of digital technologies and digital transformation?
Well, I very much feel that they're not mutually exclusive. The whole point about looking after customers is understanding how they want to interact with you as a business. So obviously, building societies are renowned for having personal contact, keeping branches open when other larger banks have been closing them. But also, people do want to be able to work from home. They want to interact with their bank on a Sunday morning from their bed. So it's important to have those digital solutions available as well. What is important, though, is that digital solutions are designed in such a way that they are personalized to the needs of the individual user. And that's what really matters. And so when building societies are looking for those digital solutions for their customers, for the members, it's really important to check out whether or not they can be sort of amended in terms of the flow through those digital platforms to relate to the people that are using them. So building societies usually have quite a wide demographic of users. So it's important that you buy solutions that enable that sort of tailoring of the user journey, if you like, to use a technical term, through the system.
Definitely, and there's such an importance on creating a personal experience for each customer. So I think leading from that, then there's been a lot of change over the past 18 months with the pandemic and changing how customers do interact with their banks and building societies. So how do you think that's changed the way that customers interact with building societies? And maybe a two-part question, what do you think the future looks like?
Well, there's been an obvious and sustained increase in things like online banking. We saw, I think, a 50% increase at the start of the pandemic of online banking, and that stayed the same as well. It didn't really ever drop off. The other aspect that we saw a big increase on was digital onboarding as well. So people wanting to be able to onboard without having to send in paperwork or go into a branch, those kind of things. They just want to be able to set up accounts and set up products directly and seamlessly with the building society. So that's really, really important. Mobile is becoming increasingly in demand as well. So we're sort of putting that capability into our customers going forward. And also integrating with some of the fintech solutions that are out there. So in the UK alone, there's 2,500 providers of fintech solutions that provide those extra additional sort of capabilities and nice to have facilities on top of the online banking platform. So what's really important for us is to have that integration capability. And that's where we're building an ecosystem, if you like, of technology providers that can provide those additional capabilities that the market wants at the moment.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, great. And you're joining us at the FinTech Talents Building Society's virtual event on the 6th of October this year. We're looking forward to having you, and we'll be able to kind of discuss further digital transformation and how the UK mutual banking sector can be transformed and future-proofed. So what do you hope that credit unions and building societies will be able to get out of that event?
I think it'll be really important for them to be able to see where the market's been going, what effect the pandemic's had, and also that there are sort of affordable industry-leading digital solutions out there that they can sort of get behind, and also ones that understand. There's solutions out there, digital technical solutions that from providers that actually understand the sector. Because this sector is different, it works different, it has a much greater focus on social purpose, ethics, localism, and those things matter. And really, your digital solutions that you implement need to take those things into account. And the provider of those digital solutions also needs to understand why those things matter and to make sure that they can be enjoyed going off into the future.
Definitely, that's brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time, Richard, and we'll look forward to hearing more from you when you're speaking at the Building Societies event. So yes, thank you so much for your time, and thank you to everyone else for listening.
Okay, thanks very much.